Hello there, it's Nelly Barova. Today I'm going to focus on something which is very important for the SEO of your website. Over the next few days I will be giving you little tips and advice of things that you can do from home in order to improve your assets. My mantra for the current situation we're all finding ourselves in is that we need to invest more time and energy and even a little bit of money into our marketing assets. If we have improved our website, improved our content, improved our messages, we're all going to be in a much better place in a few weeks' time when things go back to normal to actually go out there and start converting prospects into paying customers. So in today's video, I want to focus on something which is fairly simple to fix, but it's very important for the ranking of your website, and that is the SSL certificate. So very briefly, what is an SSL certificate? It is something which gives you an additional encryption to your website. It adds a little S to the HTTP. So as you can see here on the screen, you have HTTPS and then : / before the www of your domain name. It is absolutely crucial that you have an SSL certificate if you have an e-commerce website, if you're selling anything online, but it's also important to have SSL certificate if you are collecting any personal data. So most websites nowadays have contact forms and other type of forms which will ask for a name, telephone number, email address, and any other data. So you will need to ensure that this data is protected, and SSL gives you that extra layer of protection. Also, it's very important for ranking purposes. Google has announced that SSL does play a role in how they decide which website should be ranked on the first page. If you do want to rank your website, the chances are, if you do not have SSL installed, or if your SSL is not installed correctly, you will not make it to the first page of Google. So it's absolutely crucial that you actually do that correctly, and I'll explain in a second what that actually means. Just very briefly how SSL works. So here is a little graph which explains a little bit how the SSL certificate works. The browser tries to connect to a website, and the browser first contacts a DNS server to find where the site is hosted, then contacts the web server. If the website is secured by SSL, the web server sends a copy of the website's SSL certificate to the browser. The browser checks to see whether the certificate is genuine with an issuer of the certificate. It needs to be trusted certificate authorities such as GeoTrust. So we've got two types of certificates. You have a free certificate, Let's Encrypt is one of those, which is very widely used, and of course you have a paid SSL certificate. We personally at our division, we prefer the paid certificate because it also gives you a layer of insurance as well. So it is, in our opinion, is better to go for the paid certificate. They're not very expensive, but they are a bit more secure than the free one. But at the very least, you need to have the free Let's Encrypt one installed. Now, very briefly, how do you know if your SSL certificate is installed correctly or not? So I just want to show you, first of all, this is Google's website, which basically clearly states that HTTPS is a ranking signal. So in case you didn't know that, but it is a ranking signal, so it is important if you want your website to rank that you pay attention to the SSL and you have that installed correctly. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples. This website shows that it's not secure, but actually if you do click, as you can see here, your connection to this website is not fully secure. There actually is a certificate installed. It says that this is the free certificate, it's Let's Encrypt. So there is a free certificate installed on the website, but nevertheless the site shows as not secure. And what does this actually mean? So if we take this URL and we go to this website, why no padlock, and you actually paste your URL here and you go test. The idea is that this tool, this website, is going to show us what is potentially wrong with the way the SSL is installed. It's a very good process for you to do. Even if you believe that everything is working fine, it doesn't take very long. Just open the browser, type in whynopadlock.com and then paste your URL there to ensure that everything is done correctly. So as you can see here, this is the URL we're currently testing. Although there is the Let's Encrypt, which is the free SSL certificate installed, there are clearly some issues. It says here your web server is not forcing the use of SSL. Here is where the real issues lie. Basically, there are some mixed content issues. What this means is that some of the content on the website is actually loading from an HTTP place, so not from an HTTPS. So this could be images, for example. In this case, those are fonts. Further down, as you can see, that there is a logo. So the PNG logo here, logo2.png, comes from a URL which is HTTP. There is no S, so there's some redirect issues within the site itself which need to be cleared so that everything comes from the HTTPS. Because due to all of those issues that this website has and they haven't been resolved correctly, the site is actually coming across as not secure. And maybe you have come across some websites where when you go to their domain name, it comes with a big yellow sign to say this website is not secure and please do not continue. So you don't want that to happen, because you will lose customers. If they come to your website and they don't trust it because it's not secure, they will probably not stay very long onto your website. I also want to show you another website. This one doesn't have SSL certificate at all. So this is how it looks. So it says here, not secure. So if you click on it, it says your connection to this site is not secure. So if you see that sign next to your logo, that means that you don't have SSL installed, and you absolutely must install your an SSL certificate. So how do you install it? Well, the first thing that you need to do is contact your web developer or your hosting provider. They should be able to sort that out for you. Really, this is something that needs to be done by someone technical, and it doesn't take very long to sort out, but it's an absolute must. If you're not sure how exactly it impacts your ranking, I've just done here a very quick search, estate agents Fulham, just to show you. Obviously at the top, this is all paid adverts. This is the Google Maps. But further down, all of those websites, if I actually go further up, you can see at the bottom corner, if I go over, HTTPS here, Foxons, there, all of those websites have HTTPS installed. The chances of you ranking your website without HTTP, if I click on this one, even though it doesn't show, you will see that that connection is secure. Yeah, connection secure. The chances of your website ranking on the first page without having properly installed the SSL certificate is very, very small. So, you know, the sites that do not have SSL installed are most likely somewhere on page 2, 3, 4, etc. So please do this little test. Go to this website, Why No Padlock, put your domain name in there, have a look if you've installed SSL correctly, and if you haven't, then have a look at what your issues are and either fix those issues yourself or contact your web developer or your hosting company to help you with these technical issues. Of course, if you need help and you don't have anyone to help you, please reach out, because I've got my team on board. We're all working from home, so we're more than happy to help you with any SEO or technical implementation on your website. So hopefully that's been useful. All the best, and I shall see you again tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.